Welcome to Discount Theatre News. Welcome to Discount Theatre's first ever podcast. My name is Ashley.
And I'm Charlie.
This may be our first crack at this, but we're speaking to you directly from our offices right overlooking Leicester Square. You can probably hear the noise from outside. So we're going to tell you from here, the heart of London's Theatreland, about the special offers, the gossip and the latest news in London's great West End. Whether you're in the tube, or strolling to your office on the busy streets of London, or perhaps grabbing a quick cup of coffee and a snack in the morning, this podcast is completely portable, bringing all the most important news directly to you wherever you are.
And of course, we really want this podcast to be as interactive as possible for you listeners, so if you have any feedback or perhaps some gossip that you would like to forward to us, drop us a line at feedback@discounttheatre.com.
That's feedback@discounttheatre.com, and that was Charlie, not me, on the helium.
Okay, so let me jump into the news section of our podcast with a hot, sexy, and scintillating new musical that just hit the Novello Theatre, Spring Awakening. It's funny, it's raw, and touching all at the same time. It's definitely a triple threat. I saw Spring Awakening on Monday, and it was absolutely brilliant, Ashley. I tell you, absolutely brilliant. This Broadway hit has everything. Beautiful young actors who can sing as though they really were angels, a beautiful and original score with lots of energy and an amazing set. Based on the 1891 play, this show uses traditional costumes of the era and rock-fueled songs to paint a unique picture of teen angst that is relatable to everyone, whether you're a teenager or a man late in his years like you, Ashley.
Honey, I'm still a teenager at heart.
You wish.
Well, get on with it.
This is a great show that I think everyone should run to the theatre to see.
I quite agree, it's a fabulous piece.
That's right. So we now go from teen pregnancy to drag queens. Here's Ashley to talk about a new musical now in London.
Priscilla. That's what it is. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Opened at the Palace Theatre on the 23rd of March, starring Jason Donovan, Olivier Thornton and Tony Sheldon, who repeats his award-winning performance from that Australian production, and it is damn good, actually. It's based on the Oscar-winning movie about the adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, about three drag queens who take their show on the road in a beaten-up bus named Priscilla. Who was it who was in the movie? What was his name? Terence Stamp.
Yeah, and Guy Pearce.
Yep, camp as a row of tents they were. Wonderful. Includes hit shows such as Downtown, I've Never Been to Me, What's Love Got to Do With It, Shake Your Groove Thing, and I Will Survive.
I believe they're hit songs, not shows, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Priscilla the Musical premiered... I know, it's Dusty Springfield. Priscilla the Musical premiered in Australia in 2006, having been seen in Australia and New Zealand by over 1 million people. That's the entire population, isn't it?
Well, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's the most successful Australian musical of all time, which I don't suppose is very difficult, really.
Not really.
Because they're not noted for it. But it's a bloody good show. Avenue Q.
Although we all really enjoy the excitement of new productions, coming into the West End, one of my favourite shows of all time, is sticking around, thank God. The rude and crude Avenue Q is moving to the Gielgud Theatre this June. What do you think about that?
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
And, you're up to your wrist in it. It's a fantastic show.
The show is going to be around forever. It's definitely one that I've told all my friends about because there isn't anything out there like it. Let's face it, with the show that combines puppets, music, and the politically incorrect scenarios in a New York neighborhood, it's hard to deny this winning combination. And now I'll give it back to Ashley to discuss a new comedy coming to London this summer.
Waiting for Godot, ladies and gentlemen, referred to here as a comedy, which is balls. It's not a comedy, it's a very important play by Samuel Beckett, as you all know. It is funny, and but it's not a comedy. Charlie, you can't...
I know it's a comedy, but I think they're slanting it that way.
She's wrong.
All right.
All right. It's a hell of a laugh, but it's not a comedy. Starring Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellan, and Simon Callow in it, and Ronnie Pickup, who's a wonderful actor as well. Brilliant man. We mustn't confuse Simon Callow, of course, with Simon Cowell, who exploits the talented and talentless in both the UK and America, which is how Charlie got the job. This play has the cream of Britain's crop. That's a dreadful expression. What does that mean? Beckett's story of two tramps who are waiting for Godot to arrive is understood as minimalist and existential. Put that on one side of the page. Forgotten is that this show is really, really funny, which it is actually. It's a hell of a scream, and it's completely sold out around the country. And with Stuart McKellan as leads, this show's going to be nothing short of hilarious. You do bang on about the comedy, don't you? The show will open at the Theatre Royal Haymarket on the 6th of May for a limited season, so make sure that you get your tickets now. It is actually virtually sold out. We've got a few seats left, haven't we, for discount?
Yep.
Theatre.com listeners, quite seriously, if you want them, you need to get them now, because otherwise I'm going to be touting them outside myself. Next.
So now we do our show profile, and this month we're going to do the wildly enjoyable and 2009 Olivier Award winner for Best Entertainment, Le Clique, which is now extended until June. It's a show known from Melbourne to New York that has something for everyone. It's a high-energy, sexy spectacle that has some amazing acts. Bath Boy, otherwise known as the denim-clad Adonis, for example, is an act perfect for all you ladies out there. I'm telling you, this man is nothing short of a Greek god and makes me understand why the wet look is in.
I can be seen performing this role on Monday, Wednesday and Thursdays.
You wish.
And acts includes Hanky Panky, but we can't tell them about that.
Yeah, of course we can.
It's pulling a hanky.
It's just basically all we can tell you is that it's one trick that will not only entertain, but baffle the minds of viewers.
It's not only the mind that's baffled, darling. You should see where she pulls it from. It really is frightful.
Well, that's all we're going to tell you,
it's
right?
It's like a scene out of Saigon.
Exactly. We have Frodo, the witty contortionist who does things with a tennis racket that will shock and amaze you. Mm-hmm. Not to mention the hostess of the evening in my eyes, Miss Behave, who adorably captures the affections of audiences each night and even steals glasses of wine. You heard it here first. I'm just warning you. Even the Hippodrome, though, is a star in its own right. Mm-hmm. Many people probably don't know that this venue is a London entertainment landmark. Originally built in the 20th century, the Hippodrome was used as a water circus containing a 100,000-litre pool. Later, housing acts such as the escapologist Harry Houdini, Judy Garland, and even Sugar Ray Robinson, this venue has a history of supplying tons of variety.
Yeah, it's important to note, however, that when they built the pool, it was measured in gallons, not litres, and I don't like.
But our viewers wouldn't understand.
No, you shouldn't say originally built in the 20th century. It makes some of us who were actually born in the middle part of it.
Once again, proving.
Get on with it. Right.
Okay. Recent plans for the venue include a casino and a Gordon Ramsay restaurant by 2010.
But he's not pulling a handkerchief out.
Well, it's amazing, but the insatiable greed of this man is now infringing upon one of our oldest entertainment landmarks in London. Buy your tickets for Le Clique today and save the Hippodrome, Ashley. Save it.
And now, theatre gossip. Well, today we're going to talk about Hollywood. Hollywood films that have been adapted into West End plays and musicals. Will they eventually die a death, or will they continue to pull in the punters? Ground for debate. It's something we talk about a lot in the theatre, actually, because obviously movies are a great source material. Just as they look to the theatre, theatre looks to them. With Dirty Dancing campaigning for the yays and Gone with the Wind definitely campaigning for the nays. God, that was a long show. That was 4 hours. And you got a standing ovation. Got a standing ovation on the night I saw it, ladies and gentlemen, because most of the audience was suffering from hemorrhoids. And I've never seen people rush out for Anusol so quickly.
Over the top there, I think,
well, that's the truth. Announced this month, Ghost, the musical, will premiere in the West End in 2010. And the great and talented Matthew Warchus is to direct it. Matthew, of course, did a fantastic job on Lord of the Rings. Whether you liked it or not, it was an amazing piece of theatre. Great, lyrical, superb sweep of majesty. Really very important show. We ought to get him on and have a chat about it.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
We'll get him. He'll do anything for a free lunch.
Exactly,
Yep.
Which actually brings me to the offer of the month, because I would like to highlight top price tickets for Billy Elliot from the 27th of April to the 19th of June for only $39.50. That's a savings of over £20 per ticket, so don't hesitate to book them today. With music by Elton John and direction by Stephen Daldry, Billy Elliot is one of Britain's greatest musicals of all time.
I would actually go further to say it's probably one of the greatest musicals of all time. It is a superb
fabulous
masterpiece. Each kid takes at least 60 days to rehearse for the numbers. And it is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. So I really recommend that very highly. And that's a damn good saving. So that's all for now, folks. Thanks for listening to Discount Theatre's first podcast. We look forward to bringing you more news and information next month. So be sure to tune in.
To get your fix in the meantime, check out www.discounttheatre.com for great prices on London's shows, information on our blog, and so much more. Booking with us is so easy as tickets are available in advance, which means no waiting in ridiculously long lines. Every order is efficiently done with no hassle.